Let's say you've just stepped into your first HR leadership role. Maybe it's at a startup, maybe you're the first HR hire at a small company, or maybe you're inheriting a chaotic department. The leadership team turns to you and says, "Can you build an HR strategy?" And you're sitting there thinking, sure, just give me a minute or a month. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. I'm Shirley, and today we're building an HR strategy from scratch, step by step. So, what is an HR strategy really? It's not just a hiring plan. And it's definitely not just a list of policies and procedures. At its core, a true HR strategy is your blueprint for how the people side of the business aligns with and drives organizational goals. It's long-term. It's proactive. It connects your talent practices to measurable business outcomes. According to SHRM's Basque framework, this falls under business acumen, consultation, and HR strategic planning, competencies required to drive HR impact. For example, if the company's goal is to double revenue in 2 years, your HR strategy might include workforce planning, leadership development, DEI hiring pipelines, and retention programs to support that growth. Before you even touch a policy or post a job, you need to get in the weeds with the business. Step 1 is to understand the business. Review the organization's mission, vision, and values. Sit in on leadership meetings. Interview department heads. Analyze the company's SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Get clear on strategic priorities. Are we launching new products, expanding, restructuring? Your HR strategy has to map to these goals, not the other way around. This stage ties directly into the SHRM competencies of business acumen and consultation. Once you understand where the business is going, the next step is to assess where HR currently stands. This is your HR audit, where you get honest about what's working and what's not. Look at recruitment and onboarding. Are we attracting and retaining top talent? Review compensation and benefits. Are we competitive? Evaluate training and development. Are we growing our people? Check performance management. Are we setting clear goals and giving feedback? Make sure compliance is tight. Are we audit ready? And don't forget culture and engagement. Are employees aligned, motivated, and staying? Use the SHRM Basque as your guide here. Every HR function can and should be tied to a strategic business outcome. And don't skip exit interviews. They're gold mines for identifying patterns in leadership gaps, workload issues, or cultural misalignment. Now that you understand the business and your current HR baseline, it's time to connect the dots and define your strategic HR goals. Your goals should align with business objectives, be measurable, and be limited to a few key priorities. Use SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, reduce voluntary turnover by 15% in the next 12 months, or launch a leadership development program by Q3, or increase diverse hires in tech roles by 25% this year. Don't overcommit. Pick 3 to 5 high-impact initiatives to focus on in your first year. This step engages your strategic planning and critical evaluation competencies. With your goals in hand, it's time to design initiatives that will actually drive results. Think of these as the programs, processes, or systems you'll launch to move the needle. If your goal is to improve retention, you might develop career pathing plans and conduct quarterly stay interviews. If you want to support business growth, you might build a scalable onboarding program and invest in an applicant tracking system. To increase DI, you might partner with minority-serving institutions, implement structured interviews, and provide unconscious bias training. Whatever you do, tie your initiative to a clear metric. And if you can connect it to cost savings or revenue impact, even better. This is where you start to speak the language of the C-suite. Competencies in leadership and navigation and relationship management are key here. You've got your goals and your programs. Now, you need a plan. Build a simple roadmap that outlines what launches when, who's responsible, what resources you need, and how you'll evaluate success. Don't keep it in your head, write it down. Then, communicate it clearly to leadership. Present your strategy with a one-pager or slide deck. Explain how HR's work connects to the organization's top priorities. For example, our retention efforts will reduce turnover, which means lower hiring costs and more consistent performance in client-facing roles. Plan to do regular updates, quarterly check-ins with leadership to track progress and recalibrate as needed. This is where your competencies in communication and business acumen come into play. Last but not least, you need to measure, adjust, and celebrate. Track your KPIs. Examples include turnover rates, time to fill, employee engagement scores, internal promotion rates, and training completion. If something isn't working, adjust. HR strategy isn't rigid, it's responsive. It evolves with the business. And don't forget to celebrate wins, no matter how small. If you launched an onboarding boot camp and saw a 25% drop in new hire turnover, talk about it. Share the success. Recognition builds momentum and credibility for your HR team. You don't need a massive HR team or a huge budget to build a strategy. You need alignment, focus, and consistency. And if you follow these steps, understand the business, audit your HR practices, define strategic goals, build impactful initiatives, communicate clearly, and measure success, you'll be delivering serious value in no time. Want a free HR strategy planning template? I've linked one below. Grab it and start customizing for your organization today. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your biggest takeaway. And if you've ever had to build HR strategy from scratch, I'd love to hear what worked for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my website, shirleyhr.com. It's your one-stop hub for HR templates, toolkits, study guides, and more. Whether you're building your HR strategy from scratch or looking to grow your career, I've got resources to support you every step of the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.